Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. Man, I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's lovely. Ever since Trump actually responded to the whole thing, that's when I wanted to cover it. Trump actually had this to say about Tim Walz's whole family turning on him. This is absolutely crazy. The whole family? The dogs and the cats? This is nuts. This is what Trump had to say about it.
In my view, is early voting is about to start, and I don't know how many Americans are truly familiar with her positions of decriminalizing illegal immigration and free housing, health care, education. Tim Walz wants free college education, legal driver's licenses.
I was so honored today.
And she wants a path to citizenship.
His brother endorsed me.
I saw that.
And his whole family. I saw the picture. And honestly, it was a very nice looking family. But his brother endorsed me and the whole family endorsed me. I said, who are all the people?
Let me play Kamala.
There's something weird with that guy. He's a weird guy. JD is not weird. He's a solid rock. I happen to be a very solid rock. We're not weird. We're other things perhaps, but we're not weird.
In my view, is early voting is about.
It sucks that they even have to speak to that claim of being weird. It doesn't even make any sense, you know? But how hilarious is that? His whole family. Let's get a closer picture there. We got Tim looking very shocked. Very shocked. He's like, oh my God, my Meemaw turned on me. And she's like, that's right, Timothy. You're in no position to run a country. And he's like, Meemaw, I just want socialism to sweep through the nation. I just want to be a deep state puppet, Mama. She's like, no, Timmy, you can't do it. All of them. Just look at that Walz. Look, do you know how bad it has to be that this whole family made shirts? They took sizes. Hey, Phil, what size are you? After Thanksgiving, I'm going to be an extra large. You better just get me an extra large for now. Mima, what size? Get me a medium, dear. Everybody took sizes. Said, well, they made a design. How you guys like this design? Well, make the Walz a little bigger. Make the Trump a little more bolded out. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Do you know how bad it has to be that that's happening for Tim Walz? Now, listen, here's the thing. You know, if this was me and I had a brother, I do have brothers. If one of them was running for some kind of office and I didn't think he was the right guy for the job, he would have to be so bad. He would have to have such radical ideas for me to actually stand up and say, this man shouldn't be running anything. It would have to be so bad. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep quiet. I'm going to be like, oh, wow. Let's see. What is he going to be, governor? He's going to be governor of Texas. Okay. See how that goes. That's all I would say. I'd say it to my mom. I wouldn't say it out loud. They're saying it out loud. Again, they made shirts. They made shirts and they made sure that the shirts stayed in the same branding as Trump's flag. Oh, Tim must be so angry. So angry. He didn't go to war. You know, he lied about his military rank. And now all of a sudden his whole family just pops up. At first it was just his brother. And we're going to get to that in a second. This is something that his brother actually said. At first, it was just his brother, and you can be like, you got that one jealous brother, okay. But then the whole family jumps in? Look at it. Let me just point out again. That's Meemaw right there. Meemaw had to step in? Good God. This is the brother that we're about to hear from right now. Check this out here. So his name's Jeff Walz. Somebody just wrote, help MAGA get on stage with President Trump and endorse him. Help save this country. Very true. He said back, I thought hard about doing something like that. I'm torn between that and just keeping my family out of it. The stories I could tell, not the type of character you want making decisions about your future. Wow. You know something? I could definitely see that. I can see that in Tim. You know, just from the fact that he said one person's socialism is another person's neighborliness, I was like, oh, throw him out. Throw the whole candidate away. Toss him out. He's done. That's it. He's done. Oh, this candidate's over. That's what I thought. And then people were like, I like him. He's bringing back the joy. He was eating ice cream yesterday. It reminds me of Joe Biden when Joe Biden could think. Oh, it's like, hey, you okay? This is crazy. This is I keep saying it. This is the craziest campaign I've ever watched. Harris, Walz is just the most wild campaign. Both of them are caught in a series of lies at the same time. And the people who are on the left are just like, well, I mean, Trump did a thing. I don't know what it is. He's racist. I can't tell you how, but he is. And democracy, am I right? And there's a bunch of people who are like, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Can't use the R word anymore. But there's so many R words running around. But I can't say it anymore? Jesus. This is how white people must have felt back when they found out they couldn't say the N word anymore. It's a joke. It's a joke, but it's true. They're probably like, what do you mean? There's so many. They're everywhere. What am I supposed to say? Sir? I'm not even going to get into that joke. I'll save that joke for the stage. That's actually a good one. I should write that one down. I can't wait for the shows to come out, guys. This is actually a video. You're going to hear Tim Walz's brother, Jeff. He's going to speak a little bit about the whole thing. Let's listen to it.
Rich McHugh joins us live. Rich, you spoke exclusively with Jeff Walz about those comments.
That's right, Nicole. I spoke with him this morning, and he says he wants to set the record straight and basically clear the air on some of the misconceptions about what he said. Now, just to reset, the New York Post over this weekend published comments that the elder Walz, Jeff Walz, made on Facebook about his brother, saying he was not the type of character who should make decisions about our future, and that, quote, I'm 100% opposed to all his ideology. President Trump, former President Donald Trump, took to Truth Social and praised him. Sounds like a really great guy, and this set off a wave of speculation that they were going to be campaigning together or something. Phone interview this morning, Jeff Walz tells me that while he disagrees with his brother, he won't be campaigning for or against him. Take a listen.
I will say I don't agree with his policies, but in no way am I trying to influence the general public and come out and make a stance on that. It was a private thing. We're a private family. We wanted to keep it that way.
Now, I also asked him about his relationship with his brother and if it's true that they actually have not spoken in 8 years. Take a listen.
It was pretty accurate that I hadn't spoken to him since my younger brother's funeral, other than my wife would text him for like happy birthday and stuff like that, but there was just no contact either way, and it's too bad, I guess, that it worked out that way, because he is my brother yet and everything, and I guess, you know, you can disagree and still be civil brothers. I should clarify, about 3 weeks ago, my mother was visiting here, and he called on her cell phone, and she gave me the cell phone. I talked to him briefly. They were vetting him. Kamala Harris's team was vetting him for the Vikings, and he had asked me for some personal information, tax information and stuff like that, and I declined to give it at that point. But that was like a 2-minute conversation.
Now, the elder Walz wants to make perfectly clear that he says this is the last he will be speaking on this matter. He wants to be a part of no campaign, either campaign. He's just an ordinary guy caught up in extraordinary circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the families don't ask to be part of it all. All right, Rich McHugh, thank you.
It's very interesting that that's how it went down, because then literally days later, boom, the whole family's like, Jeff, what are you talking about? We made the shirts already. He's like, y'all made shirts? We sure did, Jeff. We made sure to make these shirts. Come on. What are you talking about? We're going against him. And now there is speculation. A lot of people are speculating that, Breaking Now, Trump campaign purportedly actively recruiting the Walz family to join him on the campaign trail. That would be something. That would be something, even if it was just in Minnesota. That would be wild. And interesting what he said in that telephone conversation. He's like, his brother asked him for some tax information, like his tax information. I wonder what that was about, because that's odd in my opinion. And his brother said no. He said, listen, Tim, I ain't helping you with nothing. He's like, I just need your tax information. I just need to know how much you make. I mean, Kamala and we're going to be working on this socialism kind of communism thing. I just want to make sure that you're making the allotted amount. Okay, it's going to be $40,000 a year. That's all. And if you need bread, there's a bread line you can use. Just can I have your tax information? His brother was like, Tim, no. You've been like this since we were kids. You've always wanted this communism stuff. I'm telling you, it's a great system. It's a great system if we could just have some communism. I'm working on my Walz impression. Gotta work on it. God forbid he becomes vice president, but you gotta work on it. You gotta stay prepared for the worst, you know? But wow. Unbelievable that the whole family has turned on him like this. And, you know, this has happened to RFK as well. I will say that. You know, I just feel like there's a vast difference between Tim Walz and RFK Jr. I got to be honest, you know, and the Kennedy family is at the center of the Democratic Party. I mean, RFK has said that himself, word for word. You know, they work for the Biden-Harris administration. They work via the campaign. They are actively campaigning for Joe Biden. They're actively campaigning against RFK, you know, so, you know, it happens. It happens. But I'll say this. It's funny when it happens to Tim. Hey, we're biased here, guys. Hey, I bring you information, but you see the shirt? I always let you know where I stand. We're biased here. I'm laughing when it happens to Tim. When it happens to RFK, I'm like, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame that's happening. That family has zero integrity. I'll be honest with you. You can find a video of me saying just that. I just made it like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. But when it happens to Tim, I laugh. And if it happens to Kamala, I'll be the happiest person in the world. We're honest here, guys. This is honest news. Oh, man. But yeah, just wanted to bring you guys that information. If he does end up campaigning, if any of the Walz family ends up campaigning with Donald Trump, this is going to be a massive blow to Kamala Harris. And honestly, just Tim Walz in general has been a huge, it's been really bad for Kamala Harris to have Tim on board. He may be on board with everything she has to say, and he's willing to just stand in the background and be that older face that people might be used to, that type of thing. But from the military rank, the lies there, the fact that there's actual soldiers who are coming out and speaking about it. There's people constantly calling this guy out for the things he said in the past, the lie. It's so crazy how much he's lied. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Again, this has been the worst campaign I've ever seen. And the fact that the media is trying to paint it like, oh, this is just regular. It's always like this. There's always just two people who are lying and caught on lies and completely just act like they didn't say things that they said. This is just how it is. I don't know. Trump, RFK, you know, no disrespect to JD Vance. RFK's a big name, JD. I'm sorry. You know, but JD's there too. You know, Trump, JD, RFK, Vivek, Tulsi, all these people together, man, the choice is so clear. So clear. You know how clear it is? That even they know how clear it is. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Helps the channel tremendously. And other than that, I'm out.